You might not know yet, but you're about to make a character design. Most of you are probably familiar with Chroma Core, if not, let me explain it faster than anyone ever did. Art event in 30 days on a Discord server organized by Sinix Design, anyone can join. Your first task is to create a character design, which will be your cadet. After a week, the strongest few will be selected to compete against each other, aka the cadets, while the rest can follow along for the sake of fun, aka follow along. Why would you join an event like this? I will explain it at the end of the video. Hi, my name is NAKA, winner of last year's Chroma Core, and I asked my Patreons on Discord if they plan to join this year. They mostly said yes, so here is a guide sponsored by these wonderful people. Just to be clear, today we are strictly focusing on how to make your cadet, the character design that lets you join the competition part of the event. To do so, I asked previous cadets who got selected, previous winners, and Sinix himself. If your friend will join Chroma Core and ask you for an advice for making their cadet, what it would be? Strictly for making the cadet. Gotta stand out, silhouette-wise, originality-wise, no point in playing it safe and trying to get through on rendering alone. Probably the best advice that you can get out of this video, since Sinix is the judge who decides whether you can compete or not. Let's see how we can expand on or add to this advice. Don't only rely on your rendering skills. Trying to come up with an interesting design before you spend all of your effort into shiny render. Here's a few tips on how to do that. Throw things at the wall and see what sticks by Elodie. Use brainstorming and mind maps to explore a lot of ideas and then decide on the one you like the most. This method takes out unnecessary things from your head and gives you a board of ideas where you can cherry pick the best ones. When making a cadet, play to your strengths by NOVA. You don't need to do everything at once. Entry phase is to showcase what you enjoy and what you are good at. It might be the same old shit for you, but it can be fresh and new for others, keep that in mind. Medium is not restricted, biophilia. Engage in mediums and areas you know you perform well in. For one, Sinix is a sucker for submissions that come in different mediums, and uniqueness is a massive strength in this competition. Don't avoid doing something just cause you think it's too out of the ordinary. Basically, approach the character design however you want, but what to do when your strength is not character design? Play Around by Ringarune. If you are not as strong as a character designer and better at props, environments, illustration, etc., you can still make that work and show off your strengths. For example, you could do a simple character surrounded by an environment in your design that indicates a lot about who this character is, what they do, etc. Yeah, use your strength to complement the character design. Have Fun by previous winner Trout. There is no better design than one that you enjoy making. Sounds very cheesy, but it's true. If you find your design boring, weak, bad, or just unpleasant to work on, you can just use the previous tips. Find something that you like on the brainstorm board by Elodie or on the list of strengths by Nova, maybe spiced up by an unusual approach thanks to Ophelia and Ringarune. Okay, do you have a good idea for your cadet? It's time to make it. A few extra tips for the process. Ask for feedback by previous winner Double. Ask other participants for help. 2 pairs of eyes are better than 1. I often did it and it saved my sorry ass many times. This is a very common thing about Chroma Core, that people join voice channels and actively help each other. The event has some competitive nature to it, but it's massively overshadowed by sportsmanship and general goodwill. So don't be afraid to ask people to look at your design for some feedback. Much before the deadline by Double. Post your entry early so that Sinix critiques it before the end of the selection week. Don't give him a work in progress but finished piece that he can properly judge. Then change it based on his advice. Yep, Sinix is gonna actively stream every single day, reviewing all the entries and give some feedback here and there. As Double said, don't submit unfinished design, they are very annoying. Watch daily Sinix streams even if you didn't post your design yet. He gives feedback on submissions so you can see his takes on all of them, therefore you can learn from others' success and failures. The deadline for Cadet submission will be pinned in every thread. Sabi asked me to put this in. How to present your cadet? Normally, concept art is about showing your ideas to others, no matter how it looks, as long people understand your concept. But in a competition, it's better to think about presentation. First read matters, so zoom the fuck out. If your cadet does something special, it should be readable at first glance, even on smaller scale images. Your cadet's presentation should easily get the point across, clarity matters. Show, don't tell. If you have something to tell about your cadet, try your best to communicate that through drawings. Is he friendly? Make his design friendly instead of using the text friendly. Those small things can create a much more interesting character design or presentation than a guy in T-pose with some text dump. Less is more. If you have too many things to fit in, then cut down to the best. There is a famous saying in the art industry, your portfolio is as good as the weakest piece of it. If you get selected, congrats! You are one of the handful people selected out of more than 1,000. Now you're officially a cadet competing against other cadets. Your next 30 days will be busy. Good luck, have fun, take care. If you don't get selected. I know, it hurts. Your design not being good enough feels like you are not good enough as an artist. It's objectively not true, but the feeling, it's real. I experienced it twice in a row, then left after selection to return next year. Then the third time, I wasn't selected again, but I stayed, out of spite, and did all the daily challenges of Chroma Core even if I wasn't part of the competition. And this is where Chroma Core shines as an event. Follow along, stick around, cheer for the competitors, hang out, doing daily prompts while actively improving their crafts. When I asked previously selected cadets, there was one common piece of advice that all of them agreed. Chroma is one of the best places on earth to improve your art while connecting with other artists. So, pull your ass back to the voice channels, draw, goof around, trauma bond, give and take feedbacks, and have fun. Whew. These were some of the best pieces of advice that I could collect in the given time. If you have your own 2 cents to add, please help people out in the comments. Just a quick reminder, Sinix video about this year's event is in the description and on the pinned comment. You will find much more detail about the actual competition there. So go watch it. See ya at Chroma Core.